You feel confused. You feel drained. You feel like you're going crazy, but you can't quite figure out why. The person you're with seems wonderful to everyone else. They're charming, helpful, even self-deprecating. But behind closed doors, something feels wrong. You leave every conversation feeling worse about yourself. You apologize constantly, even when you didn't do anything wrong. You've started second-guessing your own memory. If any of that sounds familiar, this video might explain everything. Today we're talking about the covert narcissist, possibly the most difficult personality type to identify, because unlike the classic narcissist who openly craves attention and brags about their achievements, the covert narcissist operates in the shadows. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Let's start with the basics. Narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, exists on a spectrum. Most people think of narcissists as loud, arrogant, and obviously self-obsessed. And while that's true for some, called overt or grandiose narcissists, there's another type that's far more common and far more dangerous: the covert narcissist. Covert narcissists share the same core traits: lack of empathy, an excessive need for admiration, and a deep sense of entitlement, but they hide it. They present as shy, humble, even victimized. They might seem sensitive and wounded. They play the underdog. This is why they're so hard to spot, and it's why the relationship often leaves people confused and self-doubting, rather than clearly aware they were being manipulated. So here are the 7 signs to watch for. Sign number 1. Constant, subtle criticism. The covert narcissist rarely attacks you directly. Instead, they deliver their put-downs as observations or just being honest. You might hear things like, "I just think you could do better," or "I noticed you seemed nervous in that meeting. It was noticeable." These comments feel almost too small to address, but over time, they erode your confidence. This is called ambient abuse. The environment becomes controlling without any single moment you can point to. The key signal here: they always frame criticism as caring. "I'm saying this because I love you." If feedback from your partner consistently makes you feel smaller, not supported, pay attention. Sign number 2, playing the victim. Covert narcissists are masters at turning the tables. When you try to address their behavior, somehow the conversation ends with you comforting them. They've been so hurt, so misunderstood, so unfairly treated by the world, by their family, and now by you. This constant victim narrative serves 2 purposes. It earns sympathy and it deflects accountability. They're never wrong because they're always the most wronged person in the room. Sign number 3, passive-aggressive behavior. Because covert narcissists avoid direct confrontation, which would break their humble image, they use passive aggression instead. Silent treatment, sarcasm disguised as jokes, forgetting important things you asked for, being fine when they're clearly not. This keeps you anxiously trying to fix an unnamed problem, which keeps you focused on them and keeps them in control. Sign number 4, emotional withholding. They give affection and attention strategically, as a reward, and withdraw it as punishment. When you behave in ways they like, they're warm. When you don't, they go cold. This creates a trauma bond. Your nervous system starts chasing their approval to avoid the pain of withdrawal. It mimics the unpredictable reward cycles of addiction. Sign number 5, envious of your success. A telltale sign: notice how they respond when something good happens to you. The covert narcissist feels secretly threatened by your wins. They may minimize your achievements, shift the topic to themselves, or subtly undermine your confidence before a big moment. "Are you sure you're ready for that promotion?" "I just don't want you to be disappointed if it doesn't work out." Sign number 6, gaslighting through self-pity. When caught in a lie or confronted about bad behavior, the covert narcissist doesn't deny, they deflect through self-pity. I can't believe you think I'd do something like that. That really hurts me. Suddenly, you're the cruel one for questioning them. You end up apologizing for bringing it up. Sign number 7. The public versus private mask. Perhaps the most disorienting sign of all. The person other people see is completely different from who you experience behind closed doors. In public, generous, charming, self-deprecating. In private, cold, controlling, critical. This makes it nearly impossible to get support. But he's so nice, friends say. And you start to wonder if you're imagining things. You're not. So, if several of these signs resonated with you, I want you to know, recognizing the pattern is the first step, and you're already doing it by watching this. Covert narcissism is notoriously difficult to identify because it's designed to be. The confusion you feel isn't weakness. It's a predictable response to psychological manipulation. In the next video, we'll look at what to do once you've identified this pattern, including the gray rock method and how to emotionally detach without drama. If this helped you, please subscribe. I post new videos every week breaking down complex psychology into something you can actually use. And drop a comment below. What sign resonated with you the most? It helps me understand what to cover next, and it might help someone else reading the comments too. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.